Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Assad is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Comortown, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. Is that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, particularly dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you wear vex that you will struck the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he would have fallen in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commends the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Your respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah. ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court. They got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Comer today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came. He also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how we are always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they cared. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to proud in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
This government assigned security to the former president's house. This government is capable of bribing any of its security to plan any evil in the former president's house. This government has done so many things that have questioned the credibility of the president. They have manipulated the law. They have manipulated security. The president has interfered with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. We know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. But I can tell you, this is a bad example. If a former president, the police should go there to verify. Let them come out and say that fire incident is a lie. Have they gone there? What happened to President Weah's house? It is not party chairman house. It is not speaker house. It's not NSA director house. It is the house of a man who was just the chief executive of the country. It is the house of the man who was just president of the Republic of Liberia. We are talking about someone who held the mantle of the country.
Amanda, what's going on? Amanda, 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 what's going on? Amanda, Amanda, what's going on? Amanda,
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Almighty we are. He has allowed us to see another day again. We are very thankful that he's God in himself, of himself, by himself, never reneging on his promises, but fulfilling every word that he utters. In the fullness of his time, we are thankful. Having kept watch over us, has led us into this day called Monday, the 10th day of November 2025, the reign of Judah Christopher. Jeremiah Labla, FDA Community, Semquado, Zedru Grand Judah County, Harris City, Caldwell, Matilda Stevens, USA. Yes, thank you. Good to see you, Matilda. Also, after the weekend, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Bappin Paulie, Johnsonville, John Toweli, SKD Boulevard Junction, Princess Peters, Bond City, Nima County, Peter One Day, Crown Hill Community, Musa A. Sharif, Congo Town, Bobby Allison, Doe Community, my dear Southeastern sister, Dwight, Minnesota, Darlington Rural District 13, Solowat Corsia, Gatnosville, New Georgia Estate, Mansari Abdullah, JJY Community, Nina Quia, North Dakota, USA, James Leberg, Lynch Street, Otello Gatti, Zoloweski, Venetia's Bar Junior, New Town, Claudia de Paul, Henry T. Told Junior, Caldwell, Fifth Kelvin Bappin, Nimba United, Barker Zodua, Mecklin Street, Waterside, Rapsing Jicklag, Old Road, Gay Town, Stephen Yakade, Tody District, Kudet Williams, USA, Comfort Newton, Connor Weds Community, New Town, Claudia de Paul, CN Menza, Grand Kipman County, Royal Always VAR, yes, it was, Quilla M. Banks, Moulton Corner, Broville, Juja One Well, Johnsonville, Juan Momolu Girl Street, your business center, as well as Osman Saul Business Center, same place. Patricia Zia, your office, Balusako, that's what? Putaket, USA, Meritule, New Georgia Estate, Edwin Pingba, Jackson C. Pony, Iron Factory, Block C Community, member Block Titan, Abraham, the FC Barcelona man, that's great. And all of you great people, Aloysius Gapu, you are on FC Barcelona, Gabriel Lawson, Iron Factory, your business center, and the chairman himself is on. Romarico Latupan, Kennebor or Rico for short, the chairman for life, the one and only chairman, the melting pot chairman, the chairman whom you want to be in his presence. Great, so affecting, so compassionate, great chairman. And my dear sister, Orita Sunday Way Choir, good to have you on. Hope that you are faring good. Great woman. Thank you so much. Good. Welcome to the show, all of you people. Orita Sunday Way Choir. Thank you so much. All right. So it's 5,000 today from the King's cash giveaway. It's 5,000. Not only 5,000 we're giving out today, but also bags of rice, cell phone, a smartphone. Those are the items and money available for you, provided you can take it, since it is for you to take. Yes, it's 5,000 out, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. You have cell phones, bags of rice, and just those items. So you can take it, please. Also, the basket is still open. King Support Basket is still open. You can drop at will. You've done so much. Please don't give up. Continue to stay with us, alongside us, and everything, please. The numbers, the send wave 0555 885 885. The local mobile money number 0777 017 885. Those are the two numbers which you are familiar with. Those of you who are on the King's Cash giveaway, today is Monday. You want to get for yourself, if you want a cell phone, well, just small money can give you the cell phone, a bag of rice, and then 5,000 Liberian dollars. So you want to start playing now? Okay. So today is Monday. Today is Monday, the 3rd day of November. And after November, December. And after December 2026, the National Elections Commission start getting ready with preparations for 2029. The political parties and the National Elections Commission, or independent candidates will start, if they haven't started yet, getting ready for 2029.
2029. It's going to be a tough year. Martin Luther King said, we got some difficult days ahead of us, but we are not concerned about that now. Why that time may not be this time, or it is not this time, but we can pick up the prophecy from that statement. 2026, 2027 going to be terrible. It's going to be very tense. Very tense it's going to be. Yes. Olivier, as it is. Few developments unfolding out of Liberia. Tanzania President Samia Suluhu Hassan has been sworn in for her first elected term after winning 97.66% of the vote in an election that was marred by deadly protests and several deaths. Hassan came to power in 2021 following the death in office of her predecessor, John Magufuli. The United States, Canada, and Great Britain have all issued travel warnings advising citizens of that country to avoid Tanzania due to the unrest following the October 29th election. United States President Donald Trump has ordered the military to prepare for action in Nigeria to tackle Islamic groups, accusing the government of failing to protect Christians. Donald Trump did not say which killings he was referring to, but claims of genocide against Nigeria's Christians have been circulating in recent weeks and months in some right-wing U.S. cycles. Groups monitoring violence say there is no violence to suggest that Christians are being killed more than Muslims in Nigeria, which is roughly evenly divided between followers of the two religions. An advisor to Nigeria's president said that any military action against the jihadist groups should be carried out together, meaning the United States and the Nigerian government. Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu has insisted there is religious tolerance in Nigeria and said the country challenges were affecting people across faiths and religion. On Sunday, Donald Trump reiterated his country could deploy troops to Nigeria to carry out airstrikes to stop the alleged killings. To quote him verbatim, they are killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria. They are killing the Christians and killing them in very large numbers. We are not going to allow that to happen. 12 North Nigerian governors still in that area, senior judges and traditional rulers could face U.S. sanctions under a bill before Congress presently, alleging involvement in religious persecution linked to Nigeria's Sharia and blasphemy laws. The Nigeria Religious Freedom Accountability Act of 2025, sponsored by Senator Ted Cruz and supported by U.S. President Donald Trump, is seeking penalties, including visa bans and asset freezes for officials found complicit. The bill focuses on 12 North states: Zamfara, Kano, Sokoto, Katsina, Bauchi, Borno, Jikwa, Kebbi, Yebo, Kaduna, Niger, and Gombe, accused of enforcing laws discriminatory against Christians. Finally, German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier has commenced a diplomatic tour of Africa this week. His first stop was in Egypt, where he participated in the inauguration of the Grand Egyptian Museum. On Sunday, he began his visit to Ghana, followed by Angola on day after tomorrow, Wednesday, with the aim of strengthening Germany's bilateral relations with both countries. Why isn't Liberia on the list when the government proud itself, worshiping the foreign minister Sarah Besloyanti of giving Liberia a new diplomatic image? Why the German president didn't put, or the German government didn't put Liberia on the list? He's in Africa and Liberia isn't there, an African country. What's happening? He should have placed Liberia on the list, and all of the countries making up the world love Liberia so much because of Joseph Yeman Boakai. With that said, let's get to developments unfolding out of Liberia. Then we are out. Next year is going to be tense. It's not going to be easy next year. The forecast is clear. It is a foregone conclusion. Open your eyes. The signs are afloat. There's not a Daniel that you will need to interpret that to you. No, it's going to be terrible. We are ready for it. We sign up for it. It's life-threatening. It goes with insults. Friendships have already broken. People have cut off speech. They see those in the opposition propagating the opposition agenda vis-a-vis George Weah as direct enemies. Too many things are happening, but we aren't down psychologically. No, because life is just not on a silver platter. It's not a walk in the park. Once you sign up facing the public, you expect a reaction. The reaction cannot and will not be determined by you, but your opponent. Because the opponent doesn't want you to continue doing what you're doing since he doesn't want to be attacked. And in such a situation, you have to fortify yourself against the enemy. And we are ready. We are up to face our enemies. Just as they see us as enemies, we see them as enemies too. We're not going to tread the path of Exodus 22 that said, suffer the wish not to live. No, they will have to live. We will wish nobody evil. We wish nobody death. We wish nobody any accident whatsoever. Let everybody be alive with God's signature on everybody to see George Weah being crowned or sworn in as president 2029. Again, thank you for all of the support. Thank you for the encouragement, moral, whatever. Thank you so much. So, the second pointer from our developments out of the country, there is this readiness of Thomas Nimlin called countrymen, having realized all that happened against him 2023, the politics that work against him, and his own mistakes that he made too, ready to face 2029. Before then, the regime speaker was emphatic, very clear. The regime speaker is not afraid again. The regime speaker was afraid from the onset. Do you know that the regime speaker did not get to that position simply because he had this popular support of the people? No. He was the most unpopular in District 11. Throughout his reign as representative prior to becoming representative, he did nothing. He was the most unpopular person in that district. He only got the backing of Unity Party, and they ensure with their tricks how the temper again with the atmosphere that gave regime speaker Richard Cohn the representative seat. Had that thing not happened, to push countrymen aside, that man would still be going to the university to teach and other activities. He was in no way a popular person, a people-centered person to win that district. He had the edge because the people were getting tired with Gabriel Yankan too. And you politicians, you know this. They say when you're claiming, the people that hold the ladder for you to claim, when you are up there, don't turn your back on them. Don't wind your windshield up, and don't tell them that I see you or call me, I will call you. Don't disconnect yourself from them. That's what Gabriel Yankan was. Had Gabriel Yankan just remained or positioned himself as people-centered, doing what the people wanted, he would have won. And this man would not have been regime speaker. But he too, out of greediness, disconnected himself from the people. And then this man comes in, the people don't want him, but they didn't have option. Unity Party said, we'll do everything we can. This man was never, ever the people's choice. Richard Cohn was never the people's choice. But all of the people in that district, they let down the people. So vast majority of the people said, we're not doing anything. Do you know that most of the people in District 11 just stop and say, look, we're not voting. We're not voting. Nobody. So Richard Cohn just came now as the lesser of several evils. And since the people had to ballot, with the exception of those who refused to ballot, they said, let's take this man. And then Unity Party started to put their cash there. Look at the margin. That's how this man. Now he is bragging, boasting, ranting that he is going to win 2029. Nobody in the district can win him. He doesn't see anybody in District 11 to win him 2029. Well, you can agree with him. I can agree with him also. You know why? Because he feels he's sitting down on millions of dollars. Why couldn't he have said that when he was entering? He feels now that he is speaker. And if he wasn't speaker, just representative, he couldn't have said what he said over the weekend. He couldn't have bragged that way. He feels he's sitting on money, and everybody in the district, he will buy them. That's what he meant by that. Nobody can beat him. It is abnormal. It is mental deficiency as much as you can be hopeful of yourself, but in a context to say that nobody can defeat you. You see, nobody. Rather, you will win and win landslide. It's because he sits on millions of dollars. So he is simply saying that he will dish out the money. He will buy institutions and individuals. He will spread the money. And this is what I can tell you. If you believe it, fine. If you don't believe it, fine. It's up to you. But it is clear. Politicians use money and rhetorics because the investment they make, they'll have a return on that investment. That investment is how much money they can go. The small money they chunk around, just give it to you. Buy some bag of rice. They chunk it around. They organize football tournaments in their name. They never organize it in the name of the community. They never organize it in any other person's name, but they organize it in their name because they are selling themselves. That's how they fool you. That's how they play on you. And then they put too small money there, and it's never in United States dollars. It's in Liberian dollars. That's how they take you, because they see you as people who doesn't reason well, but don't believe that you reason well. I'm just telling you how the politicians are, that you should get ready to eat Richard Cohen money. They'll come. So when he is saying that nobody can beat him in the district, he is relying heavily on the millions of dollars that he's sitting on. So here is it. He cannot determine the future. He thinks he can determine the future, and he has the final say of the future. How empty is that mentally? You can defeat him. Yeah, the first defeat, you can get regime speaker. He's not coming just because he's loved and he knows that nobody loves him. So he's coming with money. You get ready to eat his money. You get ready to eat it. I am telling you, you get ready to eat his money. They put you in a poverty-stricken condition. You saw what they did at the Capitol. You saw how they scattered the budget, how they divided it. They enjoy themselves. They stay enjoying, and you are complaining still. You can get your children into school. He has his children out of this place, spending thousands of United States dollars on them and other people. And if you sit there and he tells you that nobody can win him, he will win landslide, it's because he's sitting on millions. So get ready to eat that millions. Countrymen say he's ready. Here is his direct reference to regime speaker after regime speaker said that he will win. You don't need to close your eyes because the margin between us will be like the distance between Maserati to Sino. Keep them open. You will need to watch how 2029 unfolds. These are the exact words of Thomas Nimner, or Countryman, that he is ready. He will win 2029 too, he said. The mistakes that he made, he acknowledged it. Equally, he is aware of how Richard Cohen defeated him. That even if he is in Tajikistan, meaning if the National Elections Commission create another situation, no matter how they would do it, he will still defeat Richard Cohen, regime speaker. And that will take me to the presidential aspect. Not only did the regime speaker boast of or express his confidence of winning 2029, he also said that his party, Unity Party, will win the 2029 presidential election landslide. That Bwaka will win on white ballot. No political party, apart from Unity Party, will win 2029. He said it was a foregone conclusion for Unity Party, and that they will stay in power for 12 years, and everything will go as planned. So he's confident that they're going to win 2029 Unity Party, and it's going to be on white ballot. Come to think about of it, what's the normality in there? If the regime speaker, that I wonder whether he understood what he was saying, if the regime speaker would say that President Joseph Yuma Boaga in Unity Party will win the presidential election in 2029 on what ballot, then here is his ill reasoning. That's how I consider it, as ill reasoning. Apparently, he didn't sit to really think that he was exposing the plans. Maybe because to win on white ballot, if you say that Unity Party or Joseph Yuma Boakai will win on white ballot, then it means you can only ban all the opposition political parties, maybe get some of them in jail, the stronger ones, like the Congress for Democratic Change. You ban them. Maybe that's what he is saying, or he said by that statement. Because if a regime speaker would say that, then think of what happened in Tanzania with Samia. She banned the opposition. She threatened, and you saw how it went. And what was her percentage or the ratio? 97.66%. Look at what happened in Tanzania. It is the picture. It is the picture that Rachel Kuhn gave, how it's going to be 2029. 97.66% in Tanzania. Read the political atmosphere. In Tanzania, it wasn't an election. It was a coronation by decree. It wasn't an election. If you ever saw it and still believe that it was an election, well, then you have to sit down and ask. In Tanzania, it wasn't an election. It was coronation by decree. Why it wasn't an election? There wasn't a contestation. She banned almost all the opposition political parties. She stifled them. She threatened. She jailed. Why? Because she felt the opposition was strong and she did not want any contest. So she installed herself. The Chief Justice and the rest of the people, all of them afraid, just like the situation in Cameroon. Now, looking at this is apparently, I'm assuming, what Rachel Kuhn is referencing, and any political analyst will try to give an analysis in that direction, because who wins? Who wins in a normal political context? Who wins on a white ballot? In a normal political contest with all of the contestants on the stage, who wins? What person, what contestant wins? White ballot. You win white ballot when there is no contestation, nobody contesting. You win white ballot when you bring in militarism, like the lady in Tanzania, push all the strong opposition and the rest of the people off, create a heightened environment, threaten the Chief Justice, call the military commander and tell him, get ready. Maybe that's what the regime speaker is referencing. If he says that President Boakai will win on white ballot, probably that would be. But this is the only country you don't want to do that, because you know why? It will be different. It will be different. Then they've been talking, they've going 2 years now. They are just 2 months from being 2 years. They are just 2 months. Today is the 10th, 2 months from being 2 years. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway, please, so that you get a bag of rice or a cell phone and 5,000 Liberian dollars. 5,000 Liberian dollars. Keep playing. You can never tell. Life is such, you take advantage of the opportunities. So they've been talking about their achievements, that they have made significant progress, they say, and they've been boasting about their progress. They've been boasting that they've done X, Y, Z, given what they have done. They are convinced now that they can win 2029. Here are some of the achievement from their senator and other people. They said general peace and security is healthy. General peace and security is healthy. General peace and security is healthy. Meaning the country enjoys not relative, but a full atmosphere of peace, no intimidation, no harassment, no coercion, and on and on. That the people are living in peace, security is tight, you go to bed sound, you wake up safe, your house is intact, nobody attacking you, and on, all of those things. Two, they say Honor Joseph Imabwaka in just under 2 years, LEC current is stable and it's being expanded. Honor Joseph Imabwaka, they say LEC current is stable and it's being expanded across the country. That's according to what they said. That petroleum product is stable on the market and the price has reduced. Unlike in the past when it was at a very high rate and it wasn't regular. They also say in just under 2 years, rice is stable on the market. Not only is it stable, but at an affordable price. Pipe-borne water, they said, is all over the country. I am sharing this with you. You will have to share yours. But this is what they are saying. They are talking about their achievements in just under 2 years. That water, pipe-borne water, all over the entire Morovia, every house has pipe-borne water. The outskirts of the city has pipe-borne water, meaning less people are using well water, and about, let's say, 75 to 80% of the people are using pipe-borne water and less use well water. Then they say the international image has been rebranded, that Liberia has good international image. That's what they said. Since Bouaka came to power, Liberia damaged parochial image has been restored, that the international community now is more comfortable, more relaxed, and curious than ever before to do business with Liberia. They say the ascendancy of Liberia on the non-permanent seat of the United Nations Security Council, they reference that as a significant progress, which their predecessors did it, They will talk about road networks or road connectivity, rehabilitation, and construction of roads. Their predecessors didn't do much. Bwaka, in just under 2 years, have done so much. Private sector jobs for qualified Liberians, they say they have created that. They have done just very many things. These are Bwaka's 2 years achievement that they underline their own. So there is a counter. There is a counter to this. There is a counter. There is a counter to this. There is a counter. MPC political leader Simeon Freeman will give a counter. He maintains, like Alexander Cummings, that nothing has changed. That nothing has changed under Joseph Heman Boakai. 2 years, nothing has changed. More than 1.5 billion spent, he said. And then he will categorize them. Education, high school drops up, according to him, dominate the high school teaching field. Bachelor teaching, bachelor, and master's teaching, masters. Poor educational infrastructure at all levels. Health, 1 doctor to 5,000 patients, with huge doctor to patient distribution disparity nationwide. Health facilities poorly funded and capacitated. No clear health improvement delivery plan aligned with funding resources. Rice imported from external sources, heavily dominated by foreigners, and no self-sufficiency framework aligned with funding sources. Importing rice hurts local farmers and jobs. The country is not sustainable. Agriculturally, it can, far from sustaining itself. LEC depended heavily on power importation. Local power generation capacity hugely limited. No plan for Liberian power self-sufficiency. No country celebrates dependence on power coming from other countries. Only dummy countries can boast of that. Jobs. The largest and only job creation sector is the government. The private sector is totally ignored and exploited for tax purposes only. Major contracts are awarded to foreigners. Very high detrimental lending rate, about 20%, which kills local businesses. Foreign travel. Boakai spends millions on foreign travels just for photo opportunities, meaning taking photos, using resources much needed for economic and infrastructure development. Drugs, that Boakai spends 10 million to protect himself, but spends 3.4 million United States dollars to fight drugs. After much talk about vexation, anger against it, the LDEA received 15 pickups from the president. They saw it as being very significant or significant breakthrough. Corruption. Boakai built 10 million estate in Foya just 2 years into his presidency, but fires others for stealing, the height of deception. Yet harmonized salaries remain unchanged. And on and on. These are some of the lines of the political leader of the Movement for Progressive Change, Simeon Freeman. So if you think Unity Party has done well, they have given their own report. They've given their own report. They said they made significant developments in just under 2 years, that they've made significant strides in just under 2 years. They've done so much. They've stabilized, they created general peace and security atmosphere. It's unique, something their predecessor didn't do. LEC current is stable. Their predecessor didn't do. Petroleum products is stable. Their predecessor, they said, didn't do. Rice is stable on the market. The price reduced. Their predecessor didn't do. Pipe-borne water, more stable. Everywhere people are using pipe-borne water, people are opening the faucets. Very few people are going to wells to draw water. That's what they said. The international community is restored, and on and on. So they giving their own grade sheet, they gave their own score A in under 2 years. Those are some of what they said they have done. Okay. So that will be doing it for that. You can have your say now. LIB. This too is LIB. This too is LIB. So Richard Kuhn say he can close his eyes and beat anybody in Maserati in District 11. And that if anyone thinks he is strong, he is ready to face anybody in 2029. He will beat them. A man say he will close his eyes. He will close his eyes and beat them. It's too elementary that we would not know. It's because he has the money. He's sitting down over millions. So he will use cash violence, as the people can say in Liberian term. He will use cash violence. He will buy a vote. He will ensure, because the people are poor, so he will take advantage of their poverty. He will pump the money into District 11. He will use them. He will pressure them. He will corner them. He will do everything with the cash. He will buy them over, and they will give him another term. That's it. You can have your say on 0772 23 99 33 0777 98 0375. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Andrew.
Your name or you call from?
Yeah, this is Lila Fino calling from Brother. Mr. Andrew, they put in the get out before, but everything they say in that lie. I don't like how the market you are lewated to get lewated motocone at war. You are having now, I think, full of the couple of my journey. I got I won't want to have me in the area in any wool. I didn't want any money for me in the morning. Why won't be wicked to all our from Mr. Andrew? They don't want to agree. I tell I will also agree. And they say they go to all will see to it now. I like useless and they say I'm talking. That may talking like that. I come on here more. Now, complete nonsense. No, they're putting in the country. They're mocking at all. But God is looking at it. What more than to more their like disgrace with me. That like the political who talking. He said you win. I will see it. That one of the man out there. I don't want to know teaching it. Apart from Abu Kamal, maybe that will pick and choose. Well, I'll do hold on on the three. That maybe that only 5 or 6 will lead there, but all of them will teaching it all of them make our man for it. So let me tell you, what would do? So none of them will do. So thank you for the show.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Castle. I come from another street light in Lower Johnsonville. Thank you for a fascinating discussion this afternoon. Mr. Sam Andrew, I think Unity Party Their scorecard is a complete defeat for them because the realities are on the ground. Let me first of all deal with the price of rent. It said it is stable and it's affordable. And I think they are not reading. We have first year, the price of 25 kg rice was $1,850. Second year, $1,850. And today, this is not broadcast second year, record rest above 3,000. You call that affordable? That's a complete shame and disgrace. I think what people are referring to them as a living their political party. They don't understand nothing. We talk about gas and prices of petroleum. I think that is complete fallacious and deception in the heart of hypocrisy. What are the token in fact? They said gas prices have dropped. From red light to McDonald's Street, the prices remain the same. From Peloton Junction to red light, when it comes to bike and that okay, the prices remain the same. And that's what Simon Freeman was correcting them. Nothing has changed. They have done nothing. Everything where they met is still there. Road connectivity, all the roads where we are left, there is still. From Banga to Goru to Lofa is still there. The sufficient road, no quota, nothing, no yellow machine have been putting on those roads in a sufficient. They are just sitting here and deceiving themselves with lies. And they feel that the people are going to buy to that. I think these guys need to elevate their thinking horizon. And forget about
Chief,
these kind of louder voices and government. Because Cantonate on the 9, that thing is talking about, it's not going to work. But we are in multi-party system in Liberia here.
Thank you, sir. You want to just stick to the point. Hello.
Hello?
Let's hear you. Your name, where you call from?
Yes, it is Mamira calling from 6th Street. Andrew, thank you yesterday there.
Yeah, we bless God. All glory and honor to God. Secondly, AB.
We enjoy you, Andrew. Yes, Andrew. You know, Rachel Kun talking out of fear. He's talking out of fear. The same word they told us that the country money will eat it. The same word they will tell them that District 11, that country money that he put it up. We waiting for them, even in our districts then. We already waiting for them, that country money. We will kill it, and they will know. Everything that they say, the United Parties, they get talking it out of fear because they know what will happen 2029. As no fear in them, and the fear will lead in them because they will not make it. Georgia is coming by 2029. They will not make it, Andrew. And they lie. Why they lie? Why they improve it? Because if they say they won't compare themselves with CDC in the 2 years, because the first 2 years I was selling rest, I was buying rest. One day I was selling the $40 for cost, 35, 40. But the regime, their first 2 years rest couple rest is 70, 60. So what the improvement that they're doing? And then they find place to say now, they're trying too soon. Because 2029, we're coming for them. They will know that when you spend money, then the people eat it, they don't vote for you, they will feed the pig. Thank you for appointing the chance, Andrew.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Semaju.
Good afternoon.
This is the voice of Peter Sai, and I join you from Soul Clinic District 4. Mr. Andrews, I thank you for your splendid discussion this afternoon. But you know what caught my attention is that session made by Regine Speaker. And you went the way I was thinking about when you were balance. Mr. Andrew, that is a training thing. If you check next door neighbor Alcos, that's what they did. The major opposition leader who everybody was following when you go to campaign and crowd behind him, they look at him, they brought by 1977 law, they use that one to ban him. It happened in Cameroon, and now what happened in Tanzania today. So that you know that regime speaker is losing speaking. The guys happening with him.
When you hear
Peter,
Peter San, When you hear the people say, George, we are not coming back to power, it's not that they know that George we are.
We know. So, we know depending on the trade that our economy to manipulate it.
So they will do everything. Watch it 2026, the latter part of 2026, you will hear the charges they will bring against George Weah. When the person we are not coming back to power, that what they depending on. You always see it.
Exactly. Before I leave it, let me just close quickly by saying this. There's a card here the opposition community. If you continue to keep getting down the road, if you don't face a challenge now, you are going to stay facing in the near future to come. Thank you.
All right. Have a nice day, Mr. San. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
You are on the air, Chief. We are listening to you.
Oh, thank you very much. This is Peter Callum from Township of West Point. Thank you for your platform today. Oh man, look, I enjoy your program. Look, the man say he's going back. The thing why you are doing about going back, you think the way you lie to the people about going back, all of them they are liars. They say election today. Thank God it's not election. But they say today election. All of them they have been more. You will go see where that girl going to be. If you put him on the people, you will talk for yourself. You see, what photo for President we are for? Because put it on the way out, so they have 2 hours to talk. You see, what photo for President we are? If President we are going to do something about how we are going to talk about President we are. But man, do good in the country. Oh, no, see before for 10 more time. I will bottom more time. I see 10 more time. I see top more time. I see President we are bringing this country. And whatever they are talking about President we are. But if they see that they alone, they will not be wrong. Then we see it. We waiting that time will reach. How long from now? 2029. Enough far away. They will just packet 2 years for the country. And so they want to enter in the country. They want it. They don't see honey before. They want to see it. Yeah, honey. Oh, grab them for the country. They will see it for themselves. Thank you for the program.
Hello. Yeah. Huh?
Patient grave on the board. Mr. Andrew, we're waiting for Rachel Kun to bring the money. So that's when I asked my get rich. We're waiting.
But you in the men's district, you in Dupo Road. That different district there. You in district 11.
You got called about carrying photo the district to go. Let them bring the money.
Oh. So you're going in district 11 to eat the man money. You move on your district in Dupo Road.
And I refund money. I refund money. I refund money. I refund money, Mr. Andrew. We were in it. Let it bring it. And instead of where you left, we were working for this. I want to bring consider to raise election. If they get happy, Mr. Andrew, that I tell you, there will be no labor. We were in it. That I tell you, Mr. Andrew. Thank you for the show.
Okay. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. No, you want to cut your radio off. Before you call, make sure the radio is not loud. Hello?
Hello, Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't guys money. I'm calling from JFK. Yeah. No, Andrew, thank you for answering. Someone will follow your program that expose the evil people. Now, Andrew, I still down right to the JFK hospital. In the next corner can go. Even don't see I'm going to say that language flag that day. Or in the neighbor at 12 o'clock, current came 1, 2, in the English time. Then you say the current is civil. How many times they come here in the country? Why the people can be lying a little off?
The people say they're putting current all over, everywhere. Electricity. That solar panel thing. They say we are electricity.
Water there. They say water all over in Monterado. Good job. Please be number part of Monterado. Is there water there? I get the capital city here, you say water here. Even the capital city, not about the city water. The whole point, you can find you get what parking or pan from the hydro street. You can use it here. But how many houses in Johnson I get what they get power water? How many houses in Johnson Most of the houses, and even they comment. No left to the access in the name, so they cover the so I will the cover. You know, can't say that easy most of the way. No, some of the houses, and I even get left to the this way, not get left to the. Let people continue lying to us in the country. But we are putting up, the high things they put up for long life. we took off for long line. He said ticket. He said the ticket. We read the display ticket. That the box, the bridge come from. Then continue. We bring all the government to our long line to see 2029. We will see what we do for them. Thank you for your show, Mr. Andrew.
Okay. Sabu Rasta, hello. I hear you for some time. Yeah, I hope that you are doing good. Yeah, Sabu Rasta. Hello. Let's go to this side, the women. Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
The man been calling for 30 hours. He say, oh, the people they send. The people not coming soon, nothing to all. They just speak and do everything and go away. They stuck in the oil one here. They say, that's what you're doing. You're wearing all the CDC clothing, you're wearing your tire, you're putting a button on, you will not come back.
So when the people talking to you, it can really hear you, eh?
No, me, I get a cash.
But when the people talk, then you can be talking. Say the people tell you they want to put. When the people talk, you can talk to them back. When the people tell you you're wearing this, enter your pants on to tell them too. You say, oh, the people telling all they want. The people say they want.
All the front page of CDC in West Point. West Point, Takun. I mean, the CDC Takun for West Point. Anyway, when you can't say I'm looking for my baby, you can't get me. You have CDC man, so we are man. You were see me, Papa, they were showing to me. Everyone and the guy joking. They're joking. What if I turn it on now to come be foolishness to follow all election, what part in any election, what come.
Yeah, the people wait now. Don't put emotion and vexation. The people say they not do plenty things. The people say water all over. So you in West Point, the people say water in West Point. Everybody there using point-borne water. They can open the faucet.
That point. We got point here. We got point the day. I ain't your day there. You pay that for. We are there. We are drawing water there. Now one water not jamming there. We're selling right out of the way. Now NGO put it there for we are trying to pour water there. Water was there too. You say free, but now $1 water not coming from another pump. Abu Bana Kamara, Abu Pomia. He put point here tomorrow. You should dry with a va. Everything break down. No water. There's line.
So wait now, my Beno. Wait now. Pour water now in West Point.
No.
But the people say water is stable, point-borne water.
Allah, we let water we get here, we can buy the sack of water that we using, sack of water that we drinking here. No water here, no pipe of water here, no water from point here we using it. Allah, blame the Allah. Say anybody tell you that one Allah. Nobody must tell you say we get water here from pump. Allah, blame the we get $1 water in West Point.
All right, my baby.
Water here. Thank you.
Hello.
Mr. Andrew.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is Austin from District 13. There are two things the opposition will need to watch for. The president of Cassia from the US to Liberia is another thing. We now know in which of the criminality he specializes in, whether killing or
I'm talking about Garcia Bene. Chief, I'm talking about Garcia. No, I did not talk about Garcia. You're not bringing something. You follow the trend of the discussion. What do you hear? What you respond to?
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is still calling from the third platform. Everything you read, everything you're talking about that last thing, whatsoever they feel in, or generally Highland, there's nothing they do. Everywhere they get last thing that they fail to do, and what they're trying to tell, and we're waiting, and it's 2029. 2029 will beat them. The first thing to know that we have to take on clear battle because it will not be easy. The safety candidate will take it all. And not like the way we are doing right now in left, we do 14, we take it all. Even down to local candidate battle, we take it. We make it out clear. And when anyone sees it, they will put candidate on, they will say he will not contest this and that. And he's ready to leave the country, and they will not leave the country. I don't want to tell more students today. That is what it shows. That's what they're going to really free from. Thank you.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
So Mr. Mechekun will be taking what happened in Tanzania.
So who is talking to or who talking to us?
This is where person from the 13.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah. If Mr. Kun or the Korean speaker will be thinking what is happening in Tanzania, that will happen in our country 2029, and you said it right that it will never happen. Okay, so if I could play magic.
No, get it straight. The man said what happened in 2029. I was only putting that. Listen, no misconception. I was only putting that in context. That's how we read or do political analysis. If you say,
I understand. Maybe
if you say,
maybe I look about even he's seeing or which he's speaking the way he speaks.
No, you're not still understanding. You're only putting sentiment into it and not reasoning. I was putting that in a political context. That it is not possible for a president to win landslide, as he said. So, except that you will ban all of the opposition, take everybody off the stage, and install yourself like what the woman did in Tanzania. I was only using that as a reference or inferring, but it was not what he meant.
Okay, so we want to send this caveat to the ruling party. Though they say they did all, but they never gave all the special era where they created jobs. But the 2029 election, if anyone dare think that thing was happening, that other countries, they are joking. This country, Liberia, they think they wanted during the election time. When someone say, if I don't win, this will happen, then it means that what they needed will give it to them. This country, nobody can try 2029, Mr. Andrew. We will stand top. The opposition standing top, and it will stand top to the ends. While we experience 2023, will never show face again. That ugly face, we are putting behind us. It will never show face. President William must come back tonight and complete all of his projects. Nobody think that way. If you think that way, you are sleeping. You are sleeping in your casket, in your political casket or your natural casket. This country will everything.
Okay,
thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon, friends.
Good afternoon.
All right, to the point, Mr. Andrew. While Vecheku is saying that he will win on web ballot from District 11.
Yeah, he said he'll win on web ballot. Listen, wait, get it straight. The man said he'll win on web ballot. Nobody will go against him and win. Buaka, Unity Party will win landslide 2029. So there are two there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now, Mr. Andrew. Then you go to 14. Then you ask Samuel Kone, what happened to him? When he had the money, when you were calling the children from different districts, they're giving them group, they go there, they collect the money, they go to stand. Mr. Andrew, Tonnage on the land, I can tell you, that is Mother calling for Christian bill. Tonnage on the land, we pay for long life. But tonnage on the land is a blood again. We actually were not saying for it.
Oh, why not? Why would be blood again?
Oh, that's what happened to tonnage on the 3. That technique, it will not happen. Oh, that technique that happened to the 3, it will not happen, Mr. Andrew. It will not happen because we protect our vote to our life. It will not happen. So they look for the even said they want look for all the crowd to put on here, but it will not happen 2029. Mr. Andrew, it will not happen. We want to pray for long life because of everything we do, you must ask God for long life. We pray for long life, Mr. Andrew, but it will not happen. That's what happened in 2023. It will not work. Thank you for a 4 minutes, time.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Well, you see, the issue of about water, my community does see. The president, we are so poor. The things, the hospital that were connected with water, my church, and I used to see water. Now, only one person can see yourself. Some of all want the water, but who will believe with our community? They say our water is 1,000 again, 1,000 so they are just lying. Only one person meeting the company our community that everybody is going to buy 1 gallon that's $15. So I don't know who one of the last things they need to say everybody is receiving, but you know the news, the prime minister said it last time. So these lies they will continue with the lies. And I mean I listen to the way he said but the speaker saying that you will win the ballot. So I don't know who you are saying Mr. Speaker. You are a man, I don't know. If one ballot means that nobody will contest the issue. Maybe they are planning to change most of the opposition and see now what they are planning to do and this actually bring it up. That's their plan. Because what happened in Tanzania, somebody will have 36,000 36 million went for the election. You talk about it with 34 million. That is like I saw this smile making sure I said that election the highest in Tanzania. Is that what they're planning to do here, Mr. President? If you're like all you're planning here, you'll be just on a wrong track. And it will not help you, you will not succeed. You must shuffle out your plan and let us go for a fair election or else. So remember that you have already worked with President Buckeye. Thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
West Andrew, my name is Mohammed Bonzo.
What's happening with your line? No, Chief, your line it's not conducive. Hello. The women line went off to few calls, just few more, and then we are out. Hello.
Yes, and Andrew,
Fine.
Yeah, this is John William calling from my division there around the Boma. First of all, I want to say the Unity Party love information. They always lie. The first thing, George, we are broadcast for the traditional people to deny it. They say all type of things. Today, they're stopping the traditional people to not practice traditional issue in Liberia again. Now, the president has passed bill. They don't know that the traditional people against them. They who the traditional people feel that they was the best bill. They don't know that they have lose the election. They only voting for them for 2029. Today, when you will get all those respect for the people of this country, today you get minister get raped, you protect the minister of elected justice, you don't know about it. You lie to the Liberian people, so many yellow machines to bring it in this country. But so now we can see that flat. They don't know about it.
All right, Chief. Thank you so much. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Paul Mova, and I joined the conversation from a Chicken Sufadre resident, soon to be called the Waka Avenue.
Chicken Sufadre?
Yeah. You know, I listen to a lot of callers on your line. You know, they are angry. I don't know why you go angry. Are you go angry because of the stability in the LUC current, or you are angry because of the reduction in the presence of rice and all of the raw commodities? Or you are angry because of the lot of health workers that was saying in Nairobi to sell it for 2 years.
So when water all in Chicken Sufadre, where you are?
Yeah, the southeastern road corridor, the maintenance.
I said, water in your community. Oh my man, you're running like the chicken with no hair. You can't listen. You want to talk about your own community, and then you go to the southeastern corridor. Pour water in your community because I know Chicken Sufadre very well. And that the road are leading into Chicken Sufadre, it was George Weah who paved that place. It was bad of all true. It was Weah who put current there. Many days we went over there. So you call him from Chicken Sufadre, you lie. Bwaka did nothing over the Bwaka has never even reached. He hasn't reached Chicken Sufadre. The quota going inside that George Weah, the current, that place never had current for years, 12 years. Ellen suffocated those people. 12 years, those people were parking their cars on the road, garages. They were stealing their batteries, stealing their tires because they could not get. By the time you leave the road from Chicken Sufadre Junction, any one of those roads to go inside, your tire boss, Keke were not going there. We were back riders. They were bad off. They were overcharging. In fact, not all the bikes were going inside. But now they can drive in there with ease. They have electricity. Then you call it, you gotta be careful. We living in a place we know. Don't think when you call and saying all kinds of things, we know. We want to give you a chance because you have the right to have your say. But we know. So when we're not talking, that Chicken Sufadre that were bad or we were dead, practically dead, that we are giving life to that place. Hello,
Mr. Sam Andrews.
Yeah.
I am Charles Andrews calling from District 11. Look, my brother, these people are just confused bunch of people. And anything they try, it will not work. When we come to the regime speaker, we eat money. Right now, you're running within our fee. But anything with the fee, we either all money or change go practice.
Yeah, he renovating Badnersville field, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
one will eat out of money free.
Yeah, he put in block or cement wall all around. I was there on Sunday yesterday. I was in the estate. Yeah.
There where you are saying you are making that funny interview with Nyama how they call him journalist,
Yeah,
when
I saw that.
When he talked about countrymen, they only see how that interview when he saw that blue and white pin on
yeah,
on
I saw it. I was in the estate. I saw what he's doing there. The people told me. All right, thank you. I was there yesterday.
Okay, no, yeah, now coming back, please, 1 minute. The other guy who talked about chicken too fast with water. There is no water in the whole district 11. No water. That man is living on a drug eater association street in chicken too fast. He get nothing to offer. Let him close him up. Thank you very much.
You say where the man living?
Drug eater association. That whole play there that they give play that they can eat drug. Yeah, my man, don't pass around there saying pass around there. Don't buy anything there to eat. So John, you can say in our whole community. They say Joseph Boaka Avenue. I joined the association Avenue. Thank you.
That they play the man living in our avenue, man living?
Yeah, that play the man living. Join the association Avenue. I know the man.
But the man are part of that joy either association.
He is. I say Joseph Boaka, that man I call. He is. Every evening, all on the street, right to the junction, the street over estate, all the way down there. That's also when you see, they say me, issue. That's also Jordan in the park and they're selling there. Everybody, nothing point, not the sell the road that Jordan either.
All right, Chief. Thank you so much. Thank
you. They will now win.
All right. The last one, then we are out from the women's line. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the last one. I just want to tell I want to tell you, I want to now when it's for peace part because I tell my training. No, and I don't my training.
Where you living?
I live in Brother Motokono.
Brother Motokono, water all in a place there, or LEC there, or everything okay with you? We're gonna wear water. The people say they get your pump water all over. It's stable. Everything LEC stable. So that well water you're using? But the people say they installed, they say LEC all over the place, pipe one water. Everybody using the faucet.
So I telling the people now is ever being will come to what will be living. Everyone will be living to all. I for the sake of busy.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you all. You did extremely well. So that's it. You spice it up for full 30 minutes. Thank you. You did well with the court. This is how we go home on the show. No calls again. Thank you. You did extremely well. Sabu Rasta, I hope that you are okay. Yes, I show you that you are okay. I'm convinced that you are okay. Not sure, but convinced you are okay because I think I heard you this morning. This break, then we go home on the show. Real Talk on Kings 88.5 for today.
Joy. Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle.
Wagwan revolution, people. Wagwan the blue revolution. Y'all ready? CDC, y'all ready? Let's go. CDC come. CDC come. CDC build. CDC build. CDC red. CDC red. Take what just coming. Oh. Yeah. We building a new home. We coming again. We coming again. We will do it again. We coming again. We coming again. We coming again. CDC coming again.
Drawing blueprints, breaking ground. A foundation strong where love will stand tall. Every break can be a piece of our hearts. A place we call our own. No matter where the road we go, the walls are rising. The rules are taking shape, building a new home. With love from the start. Through laughter and tears, through the struggle we face, we'll build it strong, fill it through with joy and grace.
Let's go. They meant them for evil, them not make them let's go. Let's go. We did it before, and we can do it again. We are the masses. This is our party. It's not a building. This is an idea. This is our struggle. This is our future. We can be broken, better and stronger forever.
The Blue Revolution.
Thank you. Let's go. We are returned to the presidency 2029. This is how we go home on the show. We are returned to the presidency 2029. We are returned to the presidency 2029. Here we go.
The bricks we build. The brick we build. We lead, they follow. We build, they break. The brick we build. We lead, they follow. So let us remain resilient. Let us recalibrate. Let us work hard because the people of Liberia depend on us to deliver them from the claw of these charlatans and multi-bank. One love. I wish you God blessings. May the Matter CDC remain the party of the people. God bless Liberia, and I thank you. I was at ground when they broke ground. Now I'm alive to see the building up. When I was away, I asked you to be hopeful, pleading that I will build a new party headquarters in a record time. This is my promise and my gift to you. Let us all come together and bridge the divide. We must break ground, rebuild, and be hopeful. The CDC is not in the walls of the structure. The CDC lives in our hearts and minds. So you can see, so you can break the bricks, you can break the walls, but we remain standing, steadfast in our love and commitment to the ideas of our dear institution. The party is supreme, the CDC is supreme. Before I break ground, I would like to thank the contractor, Professor Nadine, El Hash, and his team for accepting our offer and committing to completing this new headquarters project in record time. We wish you well. Amanda, what's going on? Amanda! Amanda, what's going on? Amanda!
We are just under 2 months into these 6 years as provided every elected president by the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. 1 full year, 12 months, sufficient time to get started with so much. And then 2 years, more than sufficient time. The government has done absolutely nothing significant. What we have before us from them is rhetorics. Nothing tangible, but theory. Based on what they have said and stay saying, they think the people are stupid to accept that they have done significantly well. Widespread corruption, acknowledged by the international community, the very partner of Liberia, the United States government. Struggling, don't have much time. Some people think that Unity Party can do the unprecedented in 4 years. I can say to you with the political indicators of our culture, it is not possible. They know that. They're regretting why they use almost 2 years focusing on the opposition, coming out with prompt up charges that they could not sustain. They cannot go further with it. They are convinced that they mess up, they blunder. Instead of putting reasoning to the governance flow, they put sentiment. Destabilize governance, starting with the legislature that allow itself to be used as stooge to get one man out of that place. They boast of good international image when the government has a bad international image. In diplomacy, when you are accepted, even Satan, in his weakest or weakest self is accepted by the international community. This is what Unity Party people don't know. Satan comes to earth now and Satan is in power. All countries of the world will send invitation by diplomatic ties to Satan. Satan will be escorted. He will be given due honor, befitting of a president in Satan. Satan will receive all treatment. It doesn't say when the international community or a country making up the international community invites you, then you are better off. You are by far better than the rest of your predecessors. It only means it is the normal. They wouldn't reject you. They wouldn't place a ban on you. You are part of the Committee of Nations. You sign up to several treaties. You are a member. So they invite you. That invitation doesn't say that you have done anything extra. You have not known Emmanuel Macron. You did nothing under 2 years extra. Emmanuel Macron invited you because of his vested interest in Liberia. You weren't known prior to coming to the presidency. It was all about sickness, on and off, on and off. So being the president, it doesn't say that you've done something extra to change Liberia's image. It only means that the West has vested interest in the country, and since you are the leader, they invite you. So how can that be extra leadership that you change the metaphysics of Liberia's international image? Certainly not. Satan becomes president today. You hear the announcement that President Seton has been invited to the United States of America. You will hear the announcement President Seton has been invited by the government of France or Belgium or Germany or Tajikistan or Uzbekistan. Don't you see it all around the world? What makes it extra? President Bouaka has done nothing to change the image of Liberia internationally. Many have put sentiment into it instead of reasoning. We are returning to the presidency 2029, but just want to clear this up. The foreign minister that they boast of, as much as she has done something, she has done more of the reversal than she thinks, or you think that she has done something positive. Let's catalog. She comes to the position. Her first major test, there was this scam with Necotech. Today, that affects and is still affecting the country's image in the academic sector of the international community. It was a scam. 2, the foreign minister danced over something that she did not work for, that she applied no effort. It was already in place, set by the man who returns to the presidency 2029. George Weah. The groundwork was laid. He did everything diplomatic. Liberia needed to have done nothing after George Weah left the presidency. It was just time, as per the prophecy. In the fullness of time, the announcement will come out. She went around dancing, using taxpayers' money, thousands of United States dollars flying all over the place, went to meet presidents that already approved, spend money, use the country money lavishly, very extravagant, opulent lifestyle. Only for the United Nations to tell us that this thing was already set. It was only the time in September, the day to be announced. She went dancing. Again, fast forward because there are many. Kelma Abrigo Garcia, the extension of visa. Technically, look at it. It pays Liberia nothing. But because the people know, the women know that Liberia has nothing much, they just sentimental and will be excited because it's America, it's coming from America. So she went around again dancing. They say, oh, the man has given Liberia good international image, visa extension. Visa extension, good image. It cannot be one country. So you want to say what France is doing, how France is looking at it in that direction. Is France ready in that direction? Is Germany ready? Italy and the rest of the people? Because when you talk about building international image or rebranding international image, that we're doing, the international community is not made of America. America is not made of the international community alone. America say that, look, these people in Liberia, especially Joseph Iman Boakai, his government, weak. They are desperate for development. So we'll push this man here, and then we'll announce visa extension as one of several we'll do. They run. They start dancing all over the place again. Sarah Beslow Yanti, Sarah Beslow Yanti. You attribute nothing to that woman. She hasn't made anything significant. The woman just danced all over the place, basic beetle, something that someone has already done. Garcia is in position. You have no choice. That's why you lie to the nation saying humanitarian. You accepted the man on humanitarian ground. When an African sought humanitarian aid, he saw Liberia as safe haven. Sharif from Guinea, an African man, an African skin, a black skin. You flush the man out. You did not keep the man on humanitarian ground. You flush him out. And then you accept a white man, a white skin. If you were humanitarian, if it was purely on humanitarian ground and no imposition, why couldn't you have kept Sharif? Why couldn't you have kept Sharif on humanitarian ground? But you accepted, you traded your own skin, your own race, your own color for a white color, white skin, because you did not have option. How can that be an image building or rebranding of Liberia image on the international community? No. We are returning to the presidency 2029. We is the most popular, most viable, political heavyweight. Image has been revived 3 times than it was. Is strong. It's healthy. It's ready. Over the weeks, you're going to see the first is off the ground, the construction of the party's headquarters. There are several. If you think that isn't ready and isn't going to contest, you should be living in the world of utopia. Returns to the presidency 2029. Nothing and nobody can stop it. Unity Party cannot stop George Weah. Unity Party can never attempt to do anything vote rigging or cheating or whatever. They cannot even they cannot even create the Tanzania atmosphere. They cannot create the Cameroon atmosphere. They cannot create the Uganda atmosphere in Liberia. Nobody, absolutely. Nobody can beat George Weah. Whatever plan they would want to come up with or they are planning, the last thing you ever want to do is to attempt any fishing against the leading opposition figure. George Weah is the most popular in this country. This is not for us to say. It is the reality that he shows. He lives in the hearts and minds of the people. Joseph Yeman Boakai and Unity Party are campaigning for George Weah every day. They are doing nothing extra. Yesterday, they made George Weah government unpopular. Today, they don't want anybody to make their government unpopular, but rather they should praise the government. How is that possible? When God himself said, just as they condemn you yesterday, condemn them today. It is not a sin. It is not a violation. It is not a crime. It is the normal culturally. That is why when your fellow is sitting, when your colleague is sitting in the presidency, battling, fighting the best he can to get the country to another level, you don't stifle progress. You don't condemn that he's doing nothing. You don't go into the international community and tell the international community, this man is wicked, this man is doing this. You inciting people, you causing protests every day. George Weah has what it takes to make this government uneasy, ungovernable, just as they were doing yesterday. Every week there were 2-3 protests. Those people who today acting like they are saints were the ones who were agitating, were the ones who were staging protests all over the place by support, giving money, giving pieces of advice, bringing information out. And Weah was there telling them, this is not fair. This is wrong. We can live in Liberia like this. You are in opposition. One day, you will have the presidency. And yeah, we are today.
If they want to be leader of tomorrow, they have to make sure that they help the government, They bring their ideas, and we sit on the table and put those ideas. They can even bring their own investment into the country. Now, what we did, I was a peace ambassador for Madam Ellen government. Why? Because of the country, because of the people. I could have said no. I don't want to work with her, but I did that for the love of country. And this is how every Liberian should be. It's not just looking at the president. I can do it all. I don't know it all. To be leader of tomorrow, they have to make sure that they help the government, they bring their ideas, and we sit on the table and put those ideas. They can even bring their own investment into the country. Now, what we did, I was a peace ambassador for Madam Ellen government. Why? Because of the country, because of the people. I could have said no. I don't want to work with her, but I did that for the love of country. And this is how every Liberian should be. It's not just looking at the president. I can do it all. I don't know it all. 2005, if I'm ready or not tomorrow, they have to make sure that they help the government, they bring their ideas, and we sit on the table and put those ideas. They can even bring their own investment into the country. Now, what we did, I was a peace ambassador for Madam Ellen government. Why? Because of the country, because of the people. I could have said no. I don't want to work with her, but I did that for the love of country. And this is how every Liberian should be. It's not just looking at the president. If they want to be leader of tomorrow, they have to make sure that they help the government, they bring their ideas, and we sit on the table and put those ideas. They can even bring their own investment. Leader of tomorrow, they have to make sure that they help the government, they bring their ideas, and we sit on the table and put those ideas. They can even bring their own investment into the country.
They did not see this time. Apparently, George Weah must have seen this time. Weah is prophetic. There are things that Weah say, you see it coming to pass. He may not be as any one of those prophets in the day of old with accuracy, but you sense the semblance. When you are in, what he was referencing was unity party atmosphere in opposition, lambasting him, creating chaos, not giving him chance to breathe. Heightened tension. They never ever rested until they saw George Weah out. Today, Buaka should be thankful to George Weah and CDC people. Buaka is having a restful time. No one is protesting every 2-3 days. No one is having press conferences, inciting people. Nobody is encouraging people to burn tire in the streets, to block roads. And they think because people are not doing it today, so they are better off, that they will say George Weah is not coming back. It only means George Weah is a leader. He will not countenance his people going into such, but rather to speak to their consciences, to see reason to turn out in the millions, in the thousands, in the trillions, and in the billions on election day and flush Joseph Yeman Boaka out. So when George Weah is not inciting, seditions are not, or any one of his people are not inciting, it doesn't say Boaka is doing better. It doesn't say the government is doing well. George Weah and seditions, when I say seditions, I mean the influential ones. They have it. They have the same ability that Unity Party had 4 years ago to get this country in an unstable, just how they destabilize Weah government. And because Unity Party is good at destabilizing, see what they did at the legislature. Unity Party is evilly cunning, just as Satan is. Satan, the only language that Satan understands is destruction. He is the great destroyer, the great deceiver, and the great divider. You see these three characteristics in Unity Party. You go up, you come down. George Weah returns to the presidency 2029. Take it or leave it. Weah in just under 2 years, made significant strides. We are showed leadership than the current. We are wasn't divisive. One of the unique characteristics that taking him back to the presidency, because you need a president who, in spite of the culture, would still reach out to people, would still call them by name. Joseph Iman Boakai in opposition, we have respected him as a statesman, a former vice president, treated him, gave him all courtesy befitting of a vice president or a statesman, to the extent that he was inches away from death. We did everything within his power as president and human being, because he saw Boakai as a human being like himself, and did the needful. He never discriminated. People in We Are Government, Unity Party, people in disguise, and the others who were in disguise, they will sit on national radio and insult We Are. We Are goes down in history, or history has it, as the only president that people would sit on radio and insult all kinds of ways, all manner of insults. We heard, we saw, we have some of those recordings. You will hear people in the public, amen. They will close our radio station down. They will come for the people. How the people cursing the president at that, so they're sitting down on the radio, they're cursing it, amen. Something will happen to them. The police will come for them, but not a single police went to any radio station. They will sit on national radio, supported by Unity Party, in position. Most of the guys who are in government positions today, some of them will sit on Spoon Talk. They will insult Stephen Johnson. Let me be specific. Stephen Johnson sat on Spoon Talk and insulted George Weah. He will call George Weah and use an expression that is not representative of him. Weah did not do anything. People said that on local radio. They insulted George Weah. They insulted George Weah web. They insulted George Weah's entire family. Every day it was the normal. Nobody, George Weah did not send the police to do anything to anybody. People would just call any way they want to talk, whichever way. That's why the international community accredited unto him as righteousness for maintaining free speech. One of the unique characteristics that Weah brings back, or taking Weah back, because that's what you need. You know what the international community credited, man? He gone down in history as the president of Liberia, the only president under such a strenuous condition, coming out of 4 years of COVID-19, everything stifled, yet show leadership with the opposition Unity Party battling against him. Did not have anybody in jail, did not send anybody to jail, did not do anything to anybody, respected everybody's right. In the midst of it all, in the midst of the protests all over the place, I'm telling you some of the things, the characteristics politically that will bring Weah back. He will call these people on the table to sit down and discuss. Not that Weah did not have the power, not that Weah did not have the power to use heavy hand, not that Weah did not have the ability to use the iron fix. He had everything available to him as the president. But what would it have profited him? He refused to turn himself into a dictator like today, but rather a democratic leader, because he was elected democratically and maintained all of the tenets of democracy. That's why the international community was calling him here and there. And when he was moving, what Unity Party people were doing, they said, oh, he was going to take photo. He was the photo shoot president. He just go around. They gave him football, gave him jersey. That's all he knew. But here is it in life. What you know to do best, not only do you profit from it, but it benefits your home, your country. Today, Liberia has, they may not be up to the standard of American hospital, Italian hospital, German hospital, but they are standard by the standard of hospital. Today, you have housing estates, you have all of those things that the jersey, that the football. The man who is highly educated, the man who stay all of those time in governance cannot show a single. Go to the West African countries, see the footprint of a vice president. Who told you when you are a vice president you can do nothing? That is not true. It is only the theoretical aspect that the vice president works at the will and pleasure of the president, but the vice president is given responsibility. The vice president makes proposal. The vice president interacts with the international community and lobby. The vice president does a number of things. Mr. President, in his vice president self, 12 years, his own county was abandoned. But he was traveling all over the place. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf gave him the right to talk with investors, multilateral investors. Look at Ghana vice president. Look at the vice president of Cameroon. Look at, not Cameroon, but Sierra Leone. Look at country vice presidents around us. See their footprint and their handprint. Mr. Vice President, now President, sat down and did nothing. He supported the people to battle we are. And today, they now come to say we are did nothing. Meaning, we were successful in stifling this man because we wanted him at all costs. So all of our lives, all of our tricks, everything worked against this man. Now that we are there, we will make sure that he would not return to the presidency. The expression that we will not come back to the presidency, they are not saying that we isn't capable of winning. They are not denying either that they they cannot defeat Weah. They are acknowledging how powerful he is, a political wit, a man who commands 75 to 80% of the population of this country. That today, if election is organized today, the margin will be a gulf. What they want to do is to bring up prompt charges against Weah, coupled with other things, so that he will not have the time. I am telling you today is November 3rd. Watch it. That's why I said in the introduction, we got some difficult days ahead of us, just like Martin Luther King said. But then what did he say? I'm not worried about that. Weah is not worried about that. Unity Party can do nothing funny. They can never ever attempt to rig any elections. They can never ever attempt to bring prompt up charges against Weah. They can do nothing. The best thing they can do for themselves, have a free, fair, credible, transparent elections, and the margin, except the Gulf margin. Except the Gulf margin. I'm not saying tsunami margin. I'm saying Gulf, if you know what Gulf is. There is a wider difference between tsunami and Gulf. Tsunami too small. It's minute. It's tiny. It's infinitesimal. Gulf, that's why God used the word Gulf. It said between me and you is a great gulf. Practically impossible for you to do anything funny. We're getting closer Unity Party cannot do anything extra. We've got 6 months dry season, 6 months rain season. The reason they say they could not do anything extra because we were in rain season. But when they made the announcement, we were in dry season. And nothing was happening because nothing was forthcoming. So they put the excuse on rain season. So rain season is over now. And this is what I should tell you. They're having it hard with getting money. When you're hearing all of those monies all over this place, the announcement, it doesn't say the money just dropping. So you hear China will say, no, let me drop China because they have some kind of agenda. That was the America just watching them small. When Tajikistan say we give, or the Liberian government announced that Tajikistan has announced 12.4 million to the government of Liberia. That 12.4 million ain't going to just drop as soon as the announcement is made. Sometimes that money there, because it goes through process, all kinds of things. It's a whole chain. So now before that money is approved, because announcing that one thing, going through the justification period for the money is another thing. Sometimes that money is approved about 2 years or 3 years or 4 years into your regime. Sometimes it is approved. The project is on the way, but the remaining money, we saw it in Ellen's time, we saw it in Weir time. What the Ellen say, oh, the other one, we got to do that, and we need time, and we get the other one in place. We have said the same thing, and that's true. It doesn't happen in a twinkling of an eye. Boakai said that he's turning the Gabriel Tucker Bridge into 4-lane. Can that happen in under 4 years? But listen, man, come on. As I always said, Boakai can turn this country into heaven. It still not guarantee him the election. He can win. He can win. And here is a people under this caption, Ria returns to the presidency 2029. Here is it. The regime speaker is confirmed that Boakai may contest or he may not contest. You please go to his statement. He did confirm that there is uncertainty over Boakai's participation in 2029. You get his right out, please. You get his right out, so you will see. He alluded or he expressed uncertainty. He said, if the president contests, is an expression of there is not the likelihood that he will contest. If the president contests, it's different from saying the president will contest. Certainty goes, there's a certainty, the president will contest. Uncertainty, if he contests, meaning you're not too sure, because there are several factors for that. So they're not too sure. I told you the last time there is confusion within Unity Party. They're not too sure. Watch it. We'll come back here. You hear it, and you hear it, and you start discussing it before us. They're not too sure whether Boakai will contest 2029. They're not too sure. Where is Sheikh Mustafa Keita? Sheikh Mustafa Keita, I hope that I can lay my hands on that. Oh, in opposition. We will not contest 2029. We will not contest 2029. The Sheikh Mustafa Kuyate that Boakai appointed. Everybody who went and said things against Boakai rewarded them. Not that the opposition can do it, but CDC in opposition, or George Weah in his opposition self, is civilized, is responsive, is intelligent, is concerned about this country, is concerned about the peace and stability of this country than Unity Party was in opposition. Unity Party in opposition wanted this country to go into another round of war. And you saw all of the characteristics. They were preaching. They were hoping for that. They were supporting it. These guys you see in United Party, they are wicked. These guys wanted to see deaths. They wanted to see dead bodies on the street. They were ready because we know that for a fact because they were supporting. The signs were clear. Look at what they were doing all over the place. Today, that's why God turned Henry Costa into nothing. Would sit down. You go on the street. You block this place. You block from JFK going all the way to 10th Street. You block it. You put fire. The guys, Unity Party. Nobody. All the men are in power today. None of them ever said, look, this is wrong. But what they were saying, George Weah is this. George Weah is this. George Weah must come down. Today, nobody going to say Bouaka must come down. Bouaka will come down by himself. He will turn over if he contests 2029, even though his regime speaker expressed skepticism. But it is not for us to dwell on that. Whether Bouaka contests, we will be him. Bouaka ain't contest, we will be him. Jeremiah can contest, we will be him. Jeremiah can whoever. It doesn't matter. Whether Bouaka contest, he contest that business. Jeremiah can contest, he contest business. Anybody stands before we are a finish. In fact, the election a foregone conclusion. We are returns to the presidency 2029. You take it for a joke. And you seditions, don't get discouraged. Every day be upbeat, just as your leader is upbeat, just as your leader is spirited, just as your leader is getting ready. Increase the number. Increase the number. Start the Jehovah Witnessing. Everybody has started campaigning. Unity Party is campaigning. All of the parties have started campaigning. Your message should be 2029. We are is coming back. 2029. We are is coming back. Don't preach 2 messages, 3 messages, 4 messages. No. Do like Jesus Christ. Every time Jesus Christ went to pray, he said the same thing. The thing that he said first, he went the second time, he said the same thing. When he went the 4th time, he said the same thing. He went the 5th time, he said the same thing. He never changed it. So be like Jesus. We are coming back 2029 should be the only thing you should be saying. Don't talk about every other thing. Just leave the rest. Leave the rest with us. We will talk all of those things. Just preach the message. We are coming back 2029. That's all. Everywhere. Just spread that message. It is the most powerful campaign message. You know why? They don't want to hear. They're telling you that we will not come back. And you telling them we is coming back. The 2 statements are not the same. Listen carefully. They said we will not. And you say we are coming back. Well, it's future. You're not talking about future. You're talking certainty. So that's the difference between the 2 statements. They are talking future. You talking certainty. They can control the future. They know the future. It's because they are afraid. They are afraid. We saw who does not know. Who don't know? Who don't know that we is powerful? Normally, Bouaka can beat we had the National Elections Commission not temper. That man, chief, in my casket, God wake me, I will say the same thing. In the grave, God wake me up from the grave, I will say the same thing. In the next war, we come back to earth, I will say the same thing if God ain't change our memory. And he will not change it because he said it will remain the same. That the election was tampered with by the National Elections Commission. And the head of that commission cannot tell me. Consciously, she knows what happened. But God has a way of bringing out confession in the fullness of his time. Edward Appleton can never convince anybody that he wasn't selected to be used. It's not because he helped Bouaka in a second round. No. Nobody knew that man in this country. Nowhere. No part of this country. The man's entry was a surprise. People start asking about who the Edward Appleton, where the man coming from, the man being in the country. That's why the margin was so small. Not that. Yaka. Listen, this time around, you will see. They think they will put mechanism in place so we will not come back. When they're using that expression, they are depending on their system. But that system will never ever be a workable system, except you take the entire army, you bring other army from Sierra Leone, your countrymen, how they call it, Julius Manabio. You take the Guinean people, you just flood the whole country with armed people, be shooting all in the air, everybody gets scared around. Then you install yourself as president. And even as that, let's see, how is that possible? Unity Party can win. Can win George Weah. No party, no name in the Unity Party can win George Weah. No name. Put all of them on the line. Put we are one side. Take all the people. Put them one side. Put we are one side. Say you start balloting. Halfway into the battle, the National Elections Commission were not. There's no need for continued balloting because the men gonna fire here. The tempo. National Elections Commission people know, David Eto Lassana know what happened. We're never convinced. I'm never convinced. Never. 2023 was temporary as much as George Weah and his people, some of his people, let me not say all, some of George Weah people were sluggish. Some of them felt that they have achieved, so they were not vigilant. They were relaxed. But the National Elections Commission was the deciding factor in this 2023 stuff. They weren't neutral. They took side. That is why you follow the trend. You go back into history. Unity Party was not too sure. What were they hoping on? It was only Nima Kante they were hoping on. They were not too sure. They were hoping, waiting for the last count. And CDC was hopeful. Why did CDC give up? When Nima votes were announced. Even as that, it wasn't a wider margin. It's slimmer. It was then now that they started rejoicing. And even you could see the atmosphere, it was not. So just few people just around. Buaka too was not sure. Nothing Amara Kone there. That was a charade. Amara Kone was checking nothing. Come on. Everything was already done. What you saw Amara Kone doing over there was checking dates. That thing was already finished with the National Elections Commission. You think David Eto Brown didn't know? Every day we go to the place. How can a National Elections Commission, every presentation, she's cheeky. Every presentation, nobody can tell me. I was there every day, every time, 2-3 times we go in there. I'm sitting in the front row, looking at the woman, watching the counting. Sometimes she will this one here, okay, we're leaving this one, and we're going to we'll leave Maserado County for a while. Then we check in Bomi County. We'll come back. How can a chairman of the National Elections Commission or the National Election Commission come that way? When I started observing, I said, no, something is happening here. Now, it's not the normal way of a count. You don't leave. You either exhaust that county or you don't go to it. If there is a problem, you don't count in piecemeal. You don't do electoral count randomly. It is always sequential. You jump so, then she will lead the other one. We kind of 4 o'clock we announced it. Then 4 o'clock I say no, there was a technical problem in the tallying center, so we can't kind of vote from Bomi County. We leave it for tomorrow at 12 noon. I told my guys, I say lead the team, it finished. If Finney, CDC, people weren't vigilant enough. But listen, every situation happens to bring out a lesson, so that going into the future, you know now how you are entering it. We agree that CDC along the way blundered, they had something, but that is not the issue now. It's over. I am convinced that they learned lesson from it, because that is the essence. You learn lesson. So with the return, a foregone conclusion, they're not going to sit back again and allow all those things happen, or they're just going to have that laissez-faire rule. We did extremely well. 4 years. 4 years. Technically, we have 4 years. Look at COVID-19 period. He did extremely well. It's not to say that we as government was flawless. No, there were flaws. But we did extremely well with development. Today, we have structures. The country can point to we are structures. Under no condition that his name can be divulged. They say that we are building one, that we are build this, that we are build this, that we are constructed this, that we are constructed that. Yesterday, all of these people, they saw those structures going up, and they were still saying we did nothing. To tell you how Unity Party is wicked to the core, satanic. Even Satan can acknowledge something good, even though he's satanic. I am saying it to tell you how Unity Party is more than Satan. All of those things that we was constructing, the people in opposition, they were still saying we are doing nothing. I'm not being told by anybody. We saw it throughout. We have 4 years, technically. We saw it. We heard all of the press conferences. We attended. We listened to them on radio. Oh, but you see the man constructing the one. You see the thing going up. Then opposition people, then they're sitting there on radio, more Ali than all the people that say, oh, the man doing nothing. How can you say the man doing nothing when something going up? Today, they want everybody to praise Bwaka. How stupid is that? When yesterday, you seen the structure, you became inhumane, you became diabolical, refusing to admit. Who told you when you're in opposition, you can't admit? Because it is the country now. Look at all those things that we have put up. Who using them? Liberians. When the feeling of the overhead pass, who going to use them? Liberians. It will not be on party ground. Admitting when you are in opposition of what the president has done, it doesn't take away anything from you. It only means that you are a Liberian, you've been patriotic and nationalistic. Because it's not going to be used by a single political party or partisans. It'll be used by everybody. Look at the park today. Foreigners coming. They prefer to go on Asa. Yesterday, 12 years, they just had a one old Congo place called Sophie. There everybody used to go. They think that they were enjoying good life. We are exposed the people to modernism. Foreigners coming, everybody, UPs, seditions, NPCs, all of those people going to the park to recreate. They're not CDC partisans going there only. Everybody. Whatever a president does, It is for the country. But because these people were very evil, very wicked, never wanted to accept anything, today everybody should bow and praise Joseph Ibn Boakai and worship him. Boakai can turn this country into heaven. It will never ever give him the presidency 2029. Take it or leave it. I see you. I see you.
If they want to be leader of tomorrow, they have to make sure that they help the government, they bring their ideas.
But they were not helping the government. All the way George Weah would talk. So much so that he would press for reconciliation. He would call these people on the table. Let's sit down and discuss. Whatever. They would say, no, they're not going there. They're not doing anything. The man is this, the man is that. They manufacture things. Oh, the three missing boys. The man did this, the man did that. Oh, the man's sick. They used to say, Joe, we are sick. Henry Costa, supporting and say, Joe, we are sick. He can't wear shoe. All kinds of things. God said, but you're lying on my son. The next day, God said, we are can't also go to the event. We are in a proper, no, not proper, Kosu. Kosu, I think I have that photo. Say name Kosu, that not proposal. That Kosu, what kind of some kind of formal programming you are going to the next day. So everybody say, oh, but because I say Joe, we are sick, Joe, we are feast soling up, Joe, we are can wear shoe, but yeah, the man I say then somebody yesterday, but man, it can't talk about Unity Party, no propaganda, the CDC, no party in this country, no propaganda. I say, yeah. So I just look at it and I say, Chief, sorry to say, but it means that you yourself, you know propaganda. We're in a yard lecturing. Yeah. We're sitting there. Yesterday, my chairman was doing his daughter late birthday son, and so he invited me. So I said, let me go. So talking from one thing to another politically, while they were organizing, then this guy can't talk about no political party, no propaganda, then Unity Party. So then he will ask why. He said, everything they brought against CDC, it worked. So I said, I said, no, Chief, they're not propaganda there. They're not propaganda. It was purely an evil plan, diabolical plan. Even in propaganda simply means misinformation intended to suit you. It's different from telling people to put a tire in the street to destroy that. If you consider that as propaganda, then you really need to look up the definition. Yes, smartphone, yeah. Just Google propaganda. Propaganda is theory. Misinformation intended to information intended to mislead in your interest, just as Satan does. He makes you to feel like he is a figment of imagination, that he doesn't exist, but he does. So what were they doing? They were destroying all over the place. How you consider that? Is that a propaganda? No, they were destructive. They wanted to turn this country into another round of bloodbath. That's why when they came to power, they got scared and said nobody will protest. Why you think United Party was saying nobody will protest, nobody will do that? Because their conscience wasn't clear. You think they said nobody will protest because they want to keep their conscience people? You know, when you do bad to somebody, when you do bad to somebody, and then the person you dare now, you bossy. So you get scared that, oh, the thing I've done to the person prior to coming here, the person they start doing all the things against my administration too. That's the reason they say, oh, no protest, all the play. And you heard them, they were all around. Oh, they want one father, patriots and brothers, suddenly all they went and get small money and scatter. They say regroup. When the other people came up, you saw what they did to them. The poor Kalasco, they're in jail, all the kind of thing. Because you know why? Their conscience was not clear. They were very evil, very devilish, very satanic, very diabolical in opposition. They wanted war against George Weah. United Party were being happy. They even wanted CDC people to die. So you see officials, then United Party people, you see so. They people, the United Party people, the wicked, very evil, wicked people. We are returns to the presidency 2029. If it can happen in other countries, it can happen here. I see you. We are returns to the presidency 2029. I see you. This is how we go home. This is how we go home with the teaser. See, the news is on at 6 o'clock. Join us, King's Newsroom. And then at 6:50, Isaka Sharif is here with CDC Hour. And then at 8 o'clock, the man himself is in, the doctor, the teacher, the Anthony at Law, A.B. William, will face the issues. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. I'll see you. This is how we go home. The teaser.
Rastafari. It's a redemption day.
Wagwan must struggle.
Wagwan revolution, people. Wagwan the blue revolution. You ready? CDC, you ready? Let's go.